Hello everyone, thank you for having me. My name is Kyriaki Papadopoulou, but you can just call me Kelly. And I am 18 years old. I just finished high school in Platon Schools in Katerini. And next week I'm starting my studies at the University in Thessaloniki as an electrical and computer engineering. Before we go any further, I would like to thank you for having me, for giving me the opportunity to participate at this meeting. I am really honored and grateful.
Thank you very much for being with us. Maybe as a first question, we just heard in the speech of Susanna Solis, the member of the European Parliament, about what she calls the vicious cycle of girls not choosing STEM. So what made you decide to go into the direction of STEM higher education?
Basically, during school, I really loved the STEM subject, especially mathematics. It was the only subject that I really loved to study ever since I started school. And growing up, I realized that everything is related to physics. Like the way I will throw my pen and it will land on the ground can be easily explained if you simply know physics, and that is really interesting. So I had already decided that even if I chose a different university, I would really love to learn more about STEM subjects. Moreover, I visited to CERN with my school, made me realize that I really want to work there. And they told me that every summer, some students from my university can go make their internship there. So I decided that I want to try, even though I have to work really hard to get accepted. I really want to go and work there.
That's nice. Well, I'm sure you'll need a STEM degree to work at CERN in Switzerland. Maybe as a second question, because it was also already mentioned by the Commissioner about the Girls Go Circular initiative, in which you also recently participated. This is one of the initiatives of EIT, and could you talk a little bit about what your experience was with participating in that initiative?
It was great, honestly. I really liked that project and I found it really interesting and remarkable, trying that to get more girls into STEM. I I really liked how our teachers managed to um, give a broader context into STEM. Like they linked STEM subjects to the real world. Like they showed us that how STEM subjects, if you know STEM subjects actually, you can actually protect the environment. And that is really interesting because they skipped the theoretical part and they showed us that chemistry, that is a theoretical subject, let's say, can actually have a practical role into our lives. And that is really interesting.
Good. Well, thank you. It's good to hear that it was a positive experience. And do you think, because to me it sounds like you had already kind of made your mind up about what you wanted to do after your secondary school, do you think that activities like this, like Girls Go Circular, actually help in getting more students interested into STEM? And are there perhaps any other things that you think could be useful to do for students to at least be introduced to what a STEM career could look like in secondary schools?
Of course, I think it is really important for students to participate in activities like this. Like, it is really important for students to exchange their minds with students from other countries. Like, 3 years ago, I participated in another program called Science Girls, which was actually based on girls not choosing STEM subjects, and it for sure played a big role in me choosing this path We even traveled to some countries and we met up with some girls. We had some projects and we talked with some women that are already in this path. And I think it is really important for students to have experiences like this. It can really help them understand that STEM subjects are not actually as much difficult as everyone presents them. And society has created a delusional, let's say, that STEM subjects are only for boys, and that if a girl like this kind of stuff, they are weird and different than everyone else, which is not true at all. Like girls can for sure make it to a STEM, make an impact into the STEM world, let's say. And I think, yeah, that's all. And I think if I can make another suggestion for subject to be more interesting for students, especially girls, I feel like teachers should use more experiments and like give up on the theoretical part of the subject and give more emphasis to the practical part, because this way students will not get bored. Like make some competitions maybe and make them work on groups or something like that, because that way students will be more interested and invested in this kind of subject.
Well, thank you. Well, that's some very clear advice to what needs to change in education right now. Maybe as a final question, because you mentioned Girls Go Circular, but you also mentioned another project in which you participated that actually had you travel abroad. Would you say that that is recommended for students to take an experience abroad or participate in some kind of international exchange as part of their studies already in secondary school?
Yeah, of course. I mean, we traveled with our teacher, so everything was, of course, safe. It is really important because that way students can see the world outside their environment. Like they can see how the world works in different countries. They can talk with students from other countries. They can exchange their minds. They can like suggest maybe some things that they saw at the school that they visited. They can suggest, they can make those suggestions at their school, so they can change in a really positive way. And I think it is a great experience and incomparable to anything else.